It's been a while since we did a series or a video. So guys, today it's the 14th of May 2022. It's been a couple of weeks since we uploaded a video, but let us jump on it now. So thank you to everybody that has been supporting the channel. Please like and also please share our channel, Talks for Hope. We're also available on Facebook. We're also available on Twitter as well. So the handles there on Facebook and Twitter are Stocks for Hope. And remember guys, these videos are mainly for educational purposes. So trading leverage products involves significant level of risk and losses. So a person is liable for their portion or entire loss of their margin deposit. So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So on this video here today guys, we're going to look at Bitcoin, going to look at the US dollar index, the Nasdaq 100, WTI, and then GBPUSD, and then we're going to check out our very own USDZAR. Then on the JSE side, we're going to look at SASOL, THUNGELA, and the Foschini group, and then lastly look at SIRIUS real estate. There's an I there, so SIRIUS real estate. So if we quickly go on to our economic calendar that is going to be happening this coming week. So on Tuesday we're going to be seeing the Bank of Australia releasing their meeting minutes. So after that we're going to be seeing the core retail sales from the US, and then the big news on Tuesday will be the Fed chair Jerome Powell speaking there, because look, we've been seeing a lot of volatility on the markets or in recent history. So Mr. Powell there has to come out and probably say something. And then on Wednesday you're going to be seeing some the Japanese GDP number, and then there's going to be the British pound CPI number, inflation number, and then the euro inflation. So these two are going to be the main drivers as well for the coming week. So also the Canadian inflation number is going to be coming up, and then on Thursday you're going to be seeing the initial jobless claims there on the US side, and then some Australian unemployment number there. So the initial jobless claims number is expected to be also important this week, because last week, the previous week that we were coming from, the Department of Labor there in the US reported a higher number of people leaving their jobs. So we might actually start seeing some job cut losses there, or job cuts there in the US. So if we look at our cryptocurrencies, so we have heard and then we have seen a lot of things happening there on the crypto side. So we've seen other cryptos falling as 99%. So Bitcoin in the past 7 days alone, it is down almost 18%. Probably it has been down about 30 or 35%, because yesterday it pulled back about 7 to 8%. So Ethereum 24%. I'm just going to mention the big ones. XRP 28%, and then if you go and check out Dogecoin, it's down about 29% in the past week alone. So if we look at the charts there, so I've been speaking about the Bitcoin chart for about 4 or 5 months now, that the structure of Bitcoin is telling us that Bitcoin is going to go down aggressive, and it has been doing that for over 4 to 5 months, because I started talking about this in November if I'm not mistaken. So it's been about 6 months now. I've been telling guys that Bitcoin, it is going to go down. So people started to notice this previous week that Bitcoin, it is going down. So if we look at if we do the top-down analysis now, we're still seeing that this huge head and shoulder pattern is still intact. So this level right here was the neckline, so it actually broke the previous weakness. So this was the breakout candle, so it needs to come back and retest this level before it heads down to this 17,800 level I've been mentioning for so long. So if you go to the daily charts, we see the picture even more clearer, that it might go rebound higher, perhaps to 33,000, maybe as high as 35,000, but that will be a pretty much a rejection level, and then Bitcoin will start moving lower to come and retest the $25,000 mark before it heads to the 17,800 mark. So the next one that we need to look at is the US 10-year. So if we are looking at the US 10-year yield, we are seeing that it had moved aggressively higher, but now the past few days it had tried to pull back lower, but now we are seeing that it is finding some support here on this level, where I'd say the 2.7% level. You might actually see the 10-year even starting to move higher again, because the Fed is also signaling a 50 basis point rate hike in the next two meetings that are going to be held this year. So Jerome Powell is probably going to set the record when he speaks on Wednesday. So a 50 basis points is probably on the cards there on the US. So if you look at the US dollar index, the dollar index so I'm sorry about that. So if you look at the US dollar index, you might actually see the US dollar actually pulling down lower. We might actually see the US dollar pulling down lower to cool off a bit, coming to retest the $100 level before it starts to move higher along. So bearing in mind, if the Fed puts in that 50 basis points rate hike, we might actually see the market starting to move higher. So guys, I'm actually catching a coldness. It's actually very, very cold where I'm recording this video. So please do not mind me when I'm maybe scratching my throat or when I'm coughing a little bit. So please excuse me there. So if after the US dollar, now let us look at the next 100. So we did see that Bitcoin might pull back to go even higher before it gets rejected at the 35,000 level. Also, the Nasdaq as well might actually try to recover some of its losses, but I'm not sure how far the recovery might go. But I'm just having a basic scenario of how things might actually happen in the next coming days or in the next coming weeks. So there is a bit of resistance, and that is here at the 12,530 level. Probably the market can extend to that level and then pulls back lower to the 12,000 level, and then from there it might actually go higher, breaks this previous 12,500 level and goes to 12,900, and then after that it might go to 13,500. Then after that level, I'm not sure where the market might actually head from there. Maybe it might continue going higher, or it might get rejected to go lower. So it's just a scenario that I'm having here of what the recovery might actually happen, because a lot of people are panicking. So people are doing some panic buying. So when they're doing some panic buying, also social media is also putting pressure that people should buy the tips. So a lot of money will be flowing into stocks in the next coming weeks or so. But we do not know whether people, when they are buying, how far the inflation thing will go, or also how far the Fed is willing to go to increase their interest rate. So fundamentals and technicals are really not going hand in hand at this point, but we are trying to navigate the markets using both things. So if we're looking at the GBP USD, so the story of GBP USD it's almost a scenario there that I mentioned, that if the US dollar pulls back from the highs, so we might actually see the British pound, or also the other US dollar currencies related or currency pairs, you might see them actually starting to move a bit higher, trying to recover as well. So this is my also scenario as well. I move GBP trying to move higher to the 12300s, even as high as the 1.2450 level. Maybe the extension can go even as high as the 1.2623 level. So from here to here, this roughly about 350 something pips there on GBP USD. If this actually happens, that would be an actually big winner there. So if we're looking at a US oil, I almost forgot about it. So oil has been recovering, yeah, and we did mention that on the previous videos, that you might actually see oil pulling back lower to come back and retest this level that is right here. So if we actually zoom out again, looking at the weekly charts, we are seeing oil that it did bounce off this level that is right here. So now it broke off this bullish flag. So this coming week is really important on oil. We might actually see a huge blast on oil going to the $115 level, even as high as $130. But the blast off from here will be significant. We might touch the $130 level in a short space of time, even the $150 level, depending on where the sanctions on Russia are doing, depending on also how inflation is doing, depending on also how Joe Biden is also willing to release some extra reserves to Europe and also the rest of the US as well. So there's another story on its own, because I don't think Mr. Putin is done there in the Ukraine. I think he still has some other cards to pull there. So if we look at our very own USDZAR, USDZAR has been the rand has been really beaten the past couple of weeks. So in a space of 5 weeks, it went from 1458 to 16 rand 30, if I can be precise, to 16 rand 30. But we might actually see maybe the ZAR pulling back from those highs because of the dollar weakness that might happen in the next coming weeks. I'm saying it might happen if the dollar weakness I'm sorry guys. So if the dollar weakness actually happens, we might actually see USDs are actually going higher to the 17 rand 30 level. So if you're looking at the JSE shares, now we said we're going to look at SASOL. So SASOL, in line with what oil is doing currently, we might actually see SASOL actually moving higher from it's closed on Friday at 395 rand level to 463 in a short space of time. The 463 level was the previous a higher high, and it can even as go as its all-time high of which was the 575 level. So if we're looking at Thungela, so the story of Thungela, Thungela is currently trading at levels that the market, it has never been there. So it's not easy to project a price level for it, but using traditional matrix of technical analysis, I just thought maybe the height from here to where it went higher, ne? From here and then it came here, maybe if you can project that level there, you can see maybe Thungela going from here to that to maybe from here to here. We can actually see Thungela repeating maybe that same thing. It's gonna, you can go almost the same length, it going from here to here. So that's what I'm seeing, that maybe Thungela will go from 230 to 297 or 300 to 351, or even as high as 397. Sorry guys. So guys, also remember, please like and share and subscribe on our channel, ne? Your support, it will mean a lot, and also give us motivation to do other videos as well. So if we're looking at TFG, because like the more subscribers we have on the channel, the more we can even update daily, even on an hourly perspective, on what's actually happening on the markets. And as well, we will start interviewing traders, and then also, we actually have some interviews that we did, but we haven't uploaded them because like our numbers on the channel are very low, guys. So at least if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe we can try to interview traders as well on a weekly basis. So the Foschini group, it actually bounced back, testing the 121 level, and now it is trading at 140. You might actually see Foschini going as high as 167, even as high as the 207 rand level. So let me throw in MTN, and then we're going to look at SIRIUS real estate. So the reason why I'm saying MTN, because of MTN is also correlated with what the oil market is doing. So we are seeing that MTN, if I could just do like this, MTN is actually bouncing on this level that is right here, which is a previous support level. So we might actually see MTN moving from this point here, moving as high as come on. Oh, okay, I'll put this here. We might actually see MTN moving from here, moving as high as maybe perhaps the 240 rand level here. So the next target will be the previous high at the 200 rand level, and as high as the 240 level. How did I project this price? By scaling the previous move, guys. See, this was the previous move. You see, this was the previous move. So we can actually see maybe from here it can almost go the exact points it went from the previous movement. So I didn't just guess this price. It's something that I can even just see this with my eyes. No need to actually do the pointing and stuff, because I've been doing, I flip charts almost every day. So the last one, guys, let's look at SIRIUS, the real estate. So I flip charts every day. Sometimes I dream about specific charts, how they are looking at and how they are passing, and maybe sometimes they do happen in that way. Okay, I think I got this name wrong. So SIRIUS Real Estate, this company has is a property company, so it has holdings here in South Africa and also in Switzerland. So they have a dual listing here in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and also there in Switzerland. So they are making their revenue in a foreign currency, which is the Swiss franc there. So we might actually see SIRIUS Real Estate bouncing from this level, actually moving higher, going to the 27 rand, even as high as 32 bucks, as high as 36 rand, even 40 bucks there. It seems possible there to go. So guys, those are the charts of interest for this coming week. So remember to subscribe and like our page and channel, and also we still have our private channel um which is okay. The stock is 550, the gentleman's club is 550. So if you want both forex and stocks, it's also 850. So remember guys, these videos are mainly for educational purposes, not trading or investment advice. So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So guys, from me to you, thank you, ngiyabonga, ngiyaliboga, absheni. I will definitely see you on the next video. Goodbye.